dove back into first base, and immediately got up, was holding that left shoulder. And usually, Kim, when he falls, it looks like he's in pain, but then he gets up and it's fine. Here, you could immediately tell it was an issue because he was walking towards, I think, the Rockies dugout. Then he turns and goes right to the Padres dugout, slams his helmet down as he's going down the steps. Like, you could tell there was an issue there. And I initially thought, like, ooh, this reminds me of Tatis, a shoulder subluxation. And if that's the case, that's an issue. For anyone that's saying that, oh, maybe this is a blessing in disguise because Kim's not doing anything, so maybe they can get someone better in there. And I'm like, okay, but for me as a human being, like I'm not going to think that way when I'm seeing a Padre player go off the field like that. Obviously, hoping all is well with Kim. I do get those people's point if they want to bring that up, but if Ha-Seong Kim is out for a period of time, don't know. Let's say it's weeks. I mean, if his arm's in a sling, I mean, that doesn't sound too great. Any significant period of time here, which it is, I mean, really any time is significant because they're in a playoff race here. Then do you have Wade play short every day? Do you have Bogarts move over to shortstop? And then you have Cronenworth at second, and you have Solano or Arise at first base? Is that what the Padres do? And then the other DHs? It takes a hit at your depth, obviously. And what the Padres ideally want to do, they probably don't want to play Arise in the field every day, or Solano, one of them. Although Solano did look good the other day at third base, we know Manny's playing third base pretty much every day. It's not like they're going to have Manny go play first base so Solano can play third. Solano would be at first. And then matchups-wise, Solano's actually hitting pretty well against both sides, left and right. So that's the good news. But remember, Luis Arraez, he's dealing with, I think, the thumb issue, right? One of his fingers. That's an issue. So it's not like everybody is healthy. There's probably some guys that are banged up that we don't really know about. So it's a hit at the depth. Infield wise, I think they could bring up someone like Eggy Rosario, but Ha-Seong Kim, while I don't think just the eye test, I don't think he's been as good defensively at shortstop as he was last year, and I don't think that he is. Well, he's not. He's not having the year that we wanted him to have offensively. He's still pretty much an everyday player. And again, it's a hit at the depth, and some guys may have to play positions that they're not used to playing every day now. So we'll see what happens. But so far this season, Ha-Seong Kim, he's hitting .233, has a 700 on base percentage. And that obviously is not what was happening last year. Last year, he hit .260, and his on base percentage was .351, which is higher than .330. His OPS was .749, which is higher than .700. So, yeah, it's not the year that we wanted him to have, but there's still value in Ha-Seong Kim. I believe that. I truly do believe that there is value. You still want Ha-Seong Kim active and available. He can play you multiple positions. He can give a DH day to someone else, and you can have him go play another position. Now, to get to Tyler Wade, he's not the worst option. It's someone that can give you an at-bat. He has speed. He's not someone that jumps off the page as bad defensively. I'm not looking at the numbers, but just eye test, it doesn't seem like he's terrible defensively. So from what I've seen from Tyler Wade, I wasn't the biggest fan, let's say in spring training, and I'm not so sure he's the everyday player, but it's not the worst option to have. It's a lefty. Again, the speed thing I think is appealing, but I wonder, would they have Wade be an everyday guy, or would they rather have him be a bench guy, speed, that guy sort of thing, and you move Bogarts to short, you move Crony to second, who's good defensively at second base, by the way, and you have Solano or Arise at first base? That's the question here. And remember, no Tatis. We don't know when he's going to come back. So Peralta's playing almost every day there in right field. So it's not like they're going to have him DH all the time. If they don't want Arise in the lineup one day, or they don't want Solano in the lineup one day, and they have one of those guys go play first base. So we'll see. Hoping for the best, obviously, but the latest that I see, at least at 3:41 Pacific time here, is that Kim, he is in a sling. Padres said jammed shoulder. He'll get imaging when they're back in San Diego. So maybe he'll get that imaging tomorrow because they're obviously back playing the Twins, starting that series tomorrow.